It's when you say things like that that it gets me really excited for what's happening.
I'll want this. What Patrick is referring to is that we just realized we didn't cut off the end of the last episode, and then as I poured this drink, I go, oh, that smells bad. And he's now not looking forward to the penicillin we're going to drink today.
Oh boy, is that what it's called?
It's called penicillin.
Oh well, then we gotta fire this up. Eddie,
When you
get
hear
us
the
a
tone,
drink.
it will be exactly time to get a drink. Just a little drink.
I started that camera. I started the podcast on you. They're getting on you all day.
Hey guys, welcome into the bin cam.
All fans all day.
We're gonna drink some scotch. We'll put it in our crotch. There's penicillin drinks.
Wow. Hey, Eddie, thank you for
Welcome to the war.
for humoring us last year or last week. I know you don't listen to the podcast, but we weren't making fun of we weren't making fun of your accent as much as we were appreciating
Every other Saturday.
getting to know you a little bit better.
Sure you guys were.
All right. Well, whatever. You know, you take it how you want to.
Turn his mic off.
It's all about perspective.
Okay.
Center and Say podcast where we discuss the best and the worst. Really, just we discuss the. Eddie, if you don't shut up,
I can yell.
I'm gonna come back behind that bar.
I can yell.
and show you what's up.
Screw you guys. Where's my paycheck?
We'll be accepting applications for a new bartender.
I'll fill in for now. Freaking Eddie.
Center and Say podcast where we discuss really just the worst of who we are to make you feel better about yourself. Would you lose something?
No.
I'm trying to get out. I was going to transition to what are we drinking here, Ben, but whenever you're ready for the podcast, you let us know. We'll wait patiently.
Yeah, you're on my time now, guys. You're on my time now.
Oh, geez, you're cleaning
I'm
up
just
the
bartending.
really hard.
Bartending, man.
Really after this.
So it's
trying to get
a little
raised.
bit, guys. We are drinking a penicillin today.
We're really drinking medicine. Mold in a cup.
It's not medicine.
Medicine.
Unless you subscribe to Grandpa's Medicine Cabinet, which is the liquor cabinet.
Oh.
In which case, this is medicine. No, today this is a penicillin. This is Scotch and lemon and ginger. And I know, man, I'm not even paying it. I'm barely here.
Welcome to the hobby.
So I'm just gonna.
It's gonna take a nap.
That's not even. Oh, that's not even good. No, this is.
Oh, that's horrible.
I know. It's not a good one. It's.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
It's blended Scotch.
This is not getting. This is not being. This tastes like cleaner. Oh my gosh! This is a real. Do not drink this. I don't even know if I'm gonna put the ingredients. Oh, this tastes like not even Robitussin. This tastes. This is horrible. This is disgusting.
I know it is. I know.
This is. Oh, this is bad. This is turpentine. Oh my goodness! You're getting 45 minutes of gag noises and me being disgusted. Why would you choose this drink?
Because.
Shut up! I don't even care why. This was a bad choice. You and Eddie are both fine. Oh.
This just in, hiring a bartender. Apply at info@center and St.
Hobby is over. I guess 37 episodes. We made it.
Well, this is 38.
Enjoy the rest of your life. 37, 38. Yes, sorry.
So here's the thing. I like Scotch. But and we've had before on the podcast, we've had a Rusty Nail, which is Scotch and Drambuie. And it was pretty good. I have had a penicillin 3 or 4 times, and every single time somebody makes it, I'm always just like, wow, that's trash. But for whatever reason, the cocktail community loves this cocktail.
They gotta be 2 or 3 in
And
before they
so-
get to this one. This thing is nasty.
So the main reason I wanted to put this on was because I wanted to do an experiment that I did not tell you about because I'm a bad communicator, as we talked about earlier, and I don't like to text people back when they text me late at night, and not late at night, 9:27 yesterday. And anyways, I want listeners, if you like Scotch, only if you like Scotch, please make this cocktail and help us understand it really is trash, because I can't understand all the people that love it, because I'm someone who loves Scotch. I like lemon-based cocktails too. This is gross.
This is the Disney World of cocktails.
I don't know that reference.
Everybody says they love it, but then you go to it and you're like, I don't know what you think is fun about this.
Yeah.
This is the biggest sham in all of history.
Yeah.
How dare you talk about Disney World that way? I love that place. I put ears on for days. I'm a pretty, pretty princess.
Yeah. What he said. Have you been to Disney?
I did Disneyland in 3rd grade.
That's California?
California. We went out there with my family. They were square dancers, and they had the International Square Dance Convention in
Swing your partner around and around, push her hard, and she'll fall down.
You don't have to do square dancing for that.
That's called domestic violence.
Oh, sorry. We do not support domestic violence. So we did Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm out there, and I swam in the ocean for the first. I'm running a podcast today with a 5-year-old with ADHD who serves.
What's a 5-year-old who pours cocktails?
Who's serving up mud pies today. And then a few years ago, my wife was 10 years ago. We had to take our kids to Disney World, and I'm like, we don't. Like, we can take a trip to Italy for the cost of taking our kids to Disney World. She's like, no, they need the memories. Like, they will not care. We can take them to Kings Island for 1/3 of the cost, probably less than 1/3 of the cost, and they would remember it just as much.
You know what's better than Disney World?
A lot of things. Most things, actually. Not this drink.
No,
this drink is worse than Disney World.
Now, let's start a new segment today.
Okay. This drink is the worst.
We're gonna go 60 seconds. Patrick's true feelings. For 60 seconds. Kids, this might have colorful language. We'll even open up. We will unlock the entirety of your vocabulary. 60 seconds for you to tell us how you really feel about this cocktail.
No, I cannot say these things on the podcast.
Well, you have a filter on today.
This is so bad. What I would say about this is there's nothing redemptive.
It would be a string of Mike Probst working on a car in the garage.
Maybe worse than that. This is horrible.
It's like in A Christmas Story when he says, "My dad wove a tapestry of obscenities that's still floating over in Michigan."
I should get that. I should get that on a shirt for my dad.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say you should get that tattooed. And I'm like, wow, that's a little too passionate about A, The Christmas Story, and B,
I got my first tattoo recently. This is great. This is good podcasting. I'm showing the cameras. If you're just listening, you're not getting this. But I got a tattoo. My wife draws smiley faces on her handwritten notes. And so I got, for my 40th birthday a few years ago, I said, I want you to draw that 50 times. Because I'm going to get that.
That's a good sample size.
Yeah, right. It gives me plenty of them. I can pick the one that I like and then go get that tattoo.
That would have been crazy if you had tattooed all 50 down your arm.
And then I just kind of man.
As you like crazy laugh and show somebody your tattoo.
And then I had her do her initials because she has a very unique style of handwriting. Mm-hmm. So I had her do initials, and so I had that tattooed on my forearm. Mm-hmm. Oh, isn't he sweet? That's true love.
That's the first step to divorce.
So my brother saw it for the first time, and he said, with no explanation of what it was, he said, "Why do you have one cup tattooed on your arm?" Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, it kind of does look like one cup. Yeah, that's...
I remember when you showed me the design, you and I play fantasy football together, and I know you loved having Cooper Kupp on your team the year he blew up. And I was just like, dude, you love Cooper Kupp because his last name's spelled Kupp. And I was like, but it's missing a P. And he's like, these are my wife's initials. And I was like, what's her middle name? Eunice? And you're like, well, that starts with an E. Yeah. And then, no, it's an M. It's not a U. And I was like, well,
Umbro. Remember Umbro? Is Umbro still around?
Probably, yeah. They were like a South American soccer company.
I looked for some Umbro shorts. So I was like, that's like all this retro stuff from the 90s is coming back. I'm like, Umbro is poised to make a comeback right now. If Umbro were to show up on the scene, these Gen Zers would be bonkers. They'd be like, that's so unique, man. I'll pay $57 for those.
I want the shorts.
I don't wear them. I just collect them.
That's right. I listened to a podcast that covers the European soccer leagues, and they actually they partnered with Umbro, and they had an Umbro shirt and Umbro shorts made for them, and it has their logo on it, and then their tagline is courage, and so it just says courage on it.
What is the Umbro? Was it a rectangle, a diamond?
It was like a checkered pattern.
Is that what it was?
But it would be like it would be like solid blue and almost like shiny blue. Same color, just different sheen. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, the sheen, Umbro. That's.
Machine.
Can we launch like a fake version of it?
That's called
Jumbro.
That's called
Umbro for big people.
That's called intellectual property infringement or trademark infringement.
We have a whole T-shirt that we have a whole clothing line that you and I have talked about releasing that's all about infringement.
Well, I guess that's out there now. So thank you.
Come at us, bro.
Thank you, trademark and patent attorneys.
Okay. Umbro. So
if you're not registered with USPTO, we don't care.
They did do the checkers. Yeah, no, it's a diamond.
I love that you're fact checking me.
Well, because I'm
you
like
asked a soccer question and then you fact this guy.
Shut up. You've been drinking. You're serving this crap. This is a reason to not trust you. This drink is the worst.
Oh, buddy, this is reason 19 not to trust me. There's better reasons not to trust me.
There are very, very... Oh, Umbro's Men's Broughton 2 sneakers from Amazon for $34. Just bought them.
Cool. Impulse buy. Love it. Impulse buy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love that actually the camera was on you the entire time watching you shop.
Shopping
it. This is good. This is good podcasting.
Okay.
Watch me Amazon.
You know what? If you don't
It's
like it,
almost-
go find a better podcast. Good luck trying.
It's almost like you were watching soccer during the podcast. It's almost like that.
Touche. I'm just going to do some online. When you start watching soccer, I'm going to start doing online shopping. I'm just going to be like,
Well, then
doing it.
Heather S. is going to save us.
Heather S.
Because she
Who's Heather
submitted
S?
a question. You want to answer?
Yes.
You want to answer a few listener questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Please, is she from South Africa, France, Germany, Timbuktu,
Japan.
Uranus?
Japan.
Oh, Heather S. from Japan.
Japan.
Heather S. Heather S.
Do you guys have any secret talents? Anything that you're unusually good at? I'll start because you're giving me a real weird look that I think you're going to take a path down.
Right.
I'm unusually good at carving pumpkins. Like I don't know when this talent started. Probably high school. I've always been pretty artistic. I took a lot of art classes growing up, and so it's easy for me to be able to see what I want to do and then make it happen, like on canvas or drawing or something like that. And oddly enough, somehow every October that really transpires to pumpkin carving, which is the stupidest thing to be good at. I also make an above average biscuits and gravy. So yeah. So I mean, those are a couple secret talents I have that because it's one of those things, like you can see someone and they could be a savant at the cello and you don't know it because you're just like, but like if people look at us, they're like, well, I'm going to take a care of she goes up a ladder, but they're probably not great tap dancers.
That guy could probably handle 3 full plates at a buffet real well.
I bet that dude can really give China Buffet a workout.
I bet that guy can destroy a toilet like none other.
Is that Clogzilla over there? I can't see real well. That is Clogzilla. I smelled him a mile away.
I can ruin the plumbing in a porta pot. You're welcome.
So that's your secret talent. That's quite a secret talent.
I'm good for your pumpkin carving skill.
No, that's the point. It's so dumb. It's such an arbitrary thing.
Yeah.
That I'm good at.
Yeah, that's great. I mow in particularly really straight lines. No, I'm just kidding. I was trying.
Good for you. I'm glad you could admit that. I'm glad that's finally come out.
Well, this is kind of weird. Like this is a.
You don't like that question?
I'm feeling the same anxiety when we do our saint moments. Like it's kind of hard to kind of toot my own horn.
How about this then? You can count this as your saint moment. You're good at public speaking. You're unusually good at public speaking.
I am. I am. Like I was actually going with that. I thought I'd go with that.
I was trying to help you, and then I trumped you.
No, that's okay. Like, yeah, no, it's that. I'm good at cooking.
Yeah.
Like, without a recipe necessarily. With a recipe, I'm not opposed to recipes, but I also like we need to have a biscuit and gravy off.
I'm in.
Because I've never had yours, and I don't know if you've ever had mine.
Oh, I've had
And
yours.
and people eat mine and they're like, these are amazing, and I'm like, what? Like I'm a little dismissive of it because I'm like, it's so easy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's so easy.
And so we talked last episode about how people value their Mexican restaurants like their churches. People also are like, oh, so-and-so makes the best biscuits and gravy. And you're like, y'all do realize what this is, right? It's not, these are not difficult to make.
Yeah, this isn't fine French cuisine.
Yeah. Did I ever make hot chicken heart attack for you yet?
No.
We need to make that.
You've never cooked for me.
You should come back.
I've never eaten your food.
It's good.
No, you say that.
It sent a woman into labor.
If
So,
it's this
on
cocktail,
purpose.
like I'm gonna be
It's
like,
not.
you know what, Ben? I got some hard truths I'm gonna tell you, buddy.
No, I made that hot chicken heart attack. I made some I did some upgrades to it based on what you had given me.
This is gonna be what?
You sent me you were in Wichita.
You made upgrades of something that I've never tasted.
You were in Wichita, and you and a buddy went to dinner, and you had this thing that was like a biscuit.
It was a biscuit and gravy hot chicken.
Right.
Nashville hot chicken, and I think it's called the Biscuit Company in Wichita, Kansas. And if you go to Wichita, Kansas, or if you're even within 3 hours of driving, like if you're in Kansas City, you would not be disappointed if you go to Wichita, Kansas, and found the Biscuit Company and went and had their hot chicken, biscuit, and gravy.
Yeah.
Because I did it, probably 5 years ago, and then didn't get back to Wichita for a couple of years. And I was like, I hope they're still in place post-COVID.
Yeah.
And the original location I went to was not open. I don't know if it just wasn't open at the time or what's closed down in general, but I found another location that had a few locations in town, so I found it. And I went to dinner with myself, and this was a little more upscale. The one previously was kind of like a fast food joint that had been converted into this restaurant, and it had an outside beer garden and all that, but it was pretty fast food converted feeling. But I go to this other one, and it feels like a really nice, like brew pub type feel, design concrete floors, like very fancy furnishings or whatever. And I came in with myself with a book, and like I'm just like, if they have this, I'm eating that, and I'm eating a slow dinner, and I'm reading my book, and like it was like a Friday night, and the waitress was like, "So, who are you?" she was really cute. She's like, "So what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not from here. I'm from Indianapolis, and I just really want to." She's like, "You came here to eat this?"
Like I did. Yep, guilty.
I mean, so what's your problem? What are you doing Friday nights? So,
Yeah.
but it was like, and I was like, I'm afraid I built this up so much in my head that it's not going to be as good. And I ate it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's as good.
So I took the base of what you sent me in that photo, and I just expanded on it.
Want to go to Wichita?
And so, no, I want to go home and just make you hot chicken heart attack.
Well, that's okay too.
So what I do is I marinate the chicken overnight,
Hot chicken
and I do it
heart
in pickle juice, chili paste, and buttermilk. And so so you're getting a real good base into the chicken. Then I do cheddar jalapeno biscuits as the base. I do my own. I can't call it Nashville hot. I just do my own hot seasoning. And so you can actually get it to order. So when I've made it for friends, when they step up, I'm like, how hot do you want it? And I can make the heat to order. So...
What do you run, a food truck out of your kitchen?
No, I just love cooking, man. I just love cooking.
And not
so then I put the chicken on top of there. And so then I spice the chicken to order, put it on the biscuit, put the fried egg sunny side up. On top of that, drizzle habanero queso all over it. So last year, my friends Sam and Danielle were expecting their first.
Sam!
And
hey, Sam.
Danielle was kind of
listener of the podcast.
As a couple, they're called Samuel, not Dam.
Samuel.
Even though Sam lobbied for Dam, we went Samuel instead.
St. Louis native, or his wife is.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's from elsewhere, but her family's in St. Louis.
Nope.
Go back and check. Go check with your neighbors, because you were wrong.
So she was like, we're expecting the baby. We're trying everything to like fast track this because we're ready for the baby to be here.
Oh yeah.
So she said, will you make me hot chicken heart attack? And they had it before. And I said, sure. And I loved it because she is this just like fierce but tiny
Yeah.
woman who's and like she's just like all the way hot. I want it all the way hot. I was like, okay, and I joke. I did not. That did not induce her labor. I think other things.
The way
did.
you said that, you're like,
I tried.
she's like all the way. Like I thought you were like complimenting like her appearance. Like you're like, dude, this is another man's wife who's getting ready to have a baby, and you're like, she's so hot.
No. That was the
way you
spice
said it.
level
You're
she
like,
wanted.
and she is all the, like she's a 10.
No. Much
The way you said it,
much
you're
like the episode
and
where
she is all the way hot.
much like the episode where you wanted to talk about your wife and her physical attributes, and I said,
Yeah.
I'm comfortably in the friend zone with Cammie. I'd like to stay there. I am comfortably in the friend zone with Danielle. I would equally like to stay there.
I was not. My mother was talking about those attributes.
No, you expanded on that in the podcast.
did I?
Yeah, as the man who checks the quality of this.
Well,
Yeah, I was.
I stand behind them.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Danielle is lovely. Danielle's lovely, but her
And
order.
she has great kids.
Her
and she
order-
likes her hot chicken.
Her order that day was hot, all the way hot, is how she wanted her chicken, and I don't think it made the baby come.
Sam, it's also
But
it's also how she likes it in the bedroom, Sam. So just get on that.
wow, Sam, I am sorry.
No way.
We were talking about
Welcome to
chicken.
the podcast, Sam. Get you some.
Yikes.
Get you some seconds if you like.
Yikes. So, moving on intentionally.
So you make chicken, do ya?
I'm with you. I like to cook, and here's a center moment from the other day. I have a flannel shirt that's just a work shirt, and I was out working in the yard, and I went over to my not neighbor Sam's house, the other neighbor, and this was just such. I thought it was funny in the moment, but it was a really jerk thing to say about my wife, because somehow my wife likes to do all the laundry. That's just, she enjoys it. And so I have this flannel shirt that has about a, I don't know, what's that? What would that be, like a saucer size?
Sure.
Like,
Sure.
I don't know how big that is. Like,
Show the camera.
bigger than a softball?
Yeah.
No, that's not
Yeah,
going to give you, that's not going to give you context. It's about this big. I don't know. It's like a small plate size. Bleach stain on the back of this flannel. And it's like whited out bleach stain. And my neighbor goes, "What happened to your shirt?" And my response was, "She's also not very good at cooking." And then I was like, wow! Like an unnecessary shot across the bow of my wife, who's not even present. I'm just like passive aggressive talking crap about her when I don't even care. It's a work shirt. But the day I found it, I came downstairs and I was like,
What the heck?
what happened here?"
Yeah.
She's like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's the question on the table. What happened?" And she was like, I don't know how that happened." And I was like, "Do we use bleach?" And she's like, "Only for like the kids' football pants and stuff." And I was like, so then
We splashed.
maybe like I sloppy threw this into the basket and it draped on it. And I still don't know how it happened, but she was also very apologetic.
There are some cleaners, like just some regular cleaners that have enough bleach in them that they can do that. We've got a cleaner in our bathroom,
Yeah.
and all of our bath towels in there started showing up with these stains, and we're like, what in the world is this? And we realized it was the cleaner we were using.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
you'd get a drop or something on a towel,
Yeah.
and it would reveal itself, and,
Yeah.
and it took us a while to finally figure it out, but it was like, yikes.
In somewhere in the rearview mirror is a bottle redhead in my past, and she had to have white towels.
By bottle redhead, you mean someone who dyed their hair red?
Yeah, she was like a natural redhead, but like Jessica rabbited it, and
To go even more red?
It was like
She's like, I need
red,
to lean
red.
into this even more.
Yeah, and I mean, for a hairstylist, what are you gonna do?
Fiery.
So, but her towels had to be white because when she would wash her hair, they would come out looking like rust. Because the hair dye would get onto the towel, so she had to always bleach her towels. And I'm sure she's probably responsible for that. I think she snuck into my house years later
Dang her, I hate
and
her.
put that bleach on
She's
that
the
flannel.
worst. She's the penicillin cocktail of life.
Thank you. Maybe that's the next segment. Let's talk about all the toxic people in our lives
So, my
who are
wife-
the penicillin cocktail of our past.
My wife knows that she will hold
Stephanie.
this as she is not a good cook. It's okay. I blame her mother for
Nor
not training,
my
domesticating
wife.
her well. So it's really all Kathy's fault. Darn you, Kathy.
Thanks a lot.
And I should have explored that in our dating, but we dated when we were in college, so there wasn't a lot of cooking that we were doing on ourselves. But darn it, I certainly missed that in the checkbox.
Yeah.
If you need a checkbox of how to assess a proper mate and what, I'm not saying all scorecards are the same, but we can help you create a scorecard to make sure that you're finding the things that.
Mine is offline because like, as soon as you said, I was like, "Yep, I'm in. I'm thinking about marrying this girl." Well, let's talk off the air
a little bit,
because I've got a lot of inappropriate questions to ask you. Like, what cuisine do you like? Is Taco Tuesday every Tuesday?
So my wife is not a great cook, but she's great at pretty much everything else. She does a great job with laundry. She's a great job cleaning. All those things. Like, it's nice. Anyway, but she's a horrible cook, and so like we have this. Somebody gave us this. What are those hot pots? The compressed steaming. I forget the name of them. It's this monstrosity. Like, it's for a family of 20.
Oh, like a ninja cooker thing.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Compressed steam or whatever.
Yeah.
And she will cook frequently. She hasn't done it lately because she's kind of heard the cries of the people. But she would just throw frozen chicken breasts in this thing, and it cooks it in like. She's like, it's so fast. It takes only 25 minutes. And I'm like, it only takes 15 minutes on the stove top. Like, I don't know. This is the Walt Disney World scam, like, that you bought into.
Yeah.
Stop it. Like,
We could have gone to Italy.
we can get rid of this monstrosity of a hot pot, or I forget what the heck it's called.
Yeah, you're close though.
It's something like that. And it's incredibly dangerous. Like, when you release the pressure of that thing, you're like, this thing's going to kill somebody.
It's like opening a radiator.
Unbelievable. So she's just not good at it. So she made dinner the other night. This is my saint moment, by the way. She made dinner the other night. She has seen me. The kids, the last couple of weeks, the boys and I have been like, just throw some seasoning on it. Like, throw anything on the, like, when you're cooking the chicken, you can put garlic salt on it. You can put some basil. There's any number of seasonings that are kind of universal, that whatever you put on it,
It will be just fine on chicken.
it's going to be great, and you can then turn it into Mexican food, or you can turn it into buffalo chicken strips or something. But just any seasoning, even just some salt and pepper, hun, would make this chicken go a long
Oh, Cammy, I'm
way.
so sorry.
Well, she knows this, and so I don't feel like I'm shaming her, because we have these open conversations of like, that tasted like nothing. Like, it really was nothing.
That tasted just like white.
Yeah, so the other night she made, like, she fried up she'd seen me make this creamy pasta bacon dish.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she was doing this or something else, but she made some bacon and got it nice and crispy, and then cut it into small bits. And then she cut up the chicken and she threw it in the skillet. And I just kind of let her go. Like, I just stopped kind of trying to help coach her, because she doesn't ask for help. So I'm like, if she doesn't ask for it, she doesn't want it. So she's trying to be a good wife. And so I'm like, I want to support her in trying to be a good cook wife. I think she tries to aspire to that. She's got a long way to go, even though
just wants to be a good cook
she's
wife.
come a long way, but she is still far off. She still knows my next wife will be from a Thai wife or an Indian wife. Like, when we become polygamous, or in the second marriage, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think
whatever way that goes.
You're gonna have to adjust some of your conscience for that. But, well, I'm here for it though. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Polygamy is supported by the Bible, so I'm good. It's in the Bible.
So she can't cook, you say?
Yeah. So she made this, like, she did bacon, and then she did some chicken, and then she did some other things to it, and I kind of stopped watching or whatever. And then she threw the noodles in, and then she served it, and I ate it, and I was like, my thought when I took the first couple of bites was, I don't know what this is, but it's not good. But I was like, I'm not going to say that. Like, I'm not going to, like, I remember my pawpaw who married my meemaw, that's how that works, and she couldn't cook anything, and she would burn these pork chops, and he would eat them, and he'd be like, thank you for making dinner. And I was like, I'm going to channel pawpaw and be like, thank you for making dinner. Because I obviously did not.
Yeah.
You did. I have something, whatever. And she ate it. She's like, this is great. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't say something because she thinks this is really good. And then my son came home from track practice and she's like, you should eat dinner. It's really, really good. And I was like, oh, no. You should not eat dinner because it's not really good. But I don't think he did. But she thought it was really good, and she's gonna hear for the first time on this podcast when she listens to it that I did not enjoy it.
2.5 weeks later, which the best thing is that means you're gonna have to eat it again before she hears it.
She's gonna be like, "But you didn't say anything," and I'll be like, "I'm gonna say it on the podcast because that's easier for us." So yeah, we'll do more therapy in a couple of weeks for that.
That's where I air my grievances. It's on my hobby show.
I'm not trying to slam her. She tried, she put the effort in, she loved it. So I'm like, good, you liked it.
Yeah.
But it had a weird taste to it. I don't know even what this is, but it's not really good. Sorry, Cammie.
My wife, at least, that sounded bad. I'm sorry, Cammie, because that was unintentionally aimed at you the way I was going to phrase that. My wife knows she can't cook. And so to her, it's a big, big relief that I can and that I like it. Because she has a lot of dietary restrictions. So, the nights when it's just she and I, we have a lot of specific dishes. But the night when it's her son's there, we have other dishes. And so... But I've often said, the nights her son is there, I cook 3 variations of the same meal. And so it's the way that he will eat it when he was younger and a picky eater. And now he and I are pretty well aligned. He likes what I like.
Yeah.
But she still has a lot of those dietary restrictions. So it's funny because the other day it was cold. It just recently got warm here. And we had an unusually cool April.
Spell that kind of peeked in.
But she, in particular, loves my ratatouille that I make.
Oh.
And so she's like, it's cold and it's going to warm up. Can we have ratatouille? And I was like, excuse me, absolutely, no problem. But I made enough knowing her son's coming the next night. She can just have the leftover ratatouille tomorrow because she likes it so much. And so it's making those dishes, but she's like, I just don't understand how you know how to do that. And I was like, it's really not complicated.
I know.
It's legit not, even yesterday. Yesterday I worked from home, and again, the weather had turned nice, and I was like, heck yeah, man, I'm going to grill lunch. So all I grilled was so I took avocado, sliced it up, put some mayo in it, and mixed it together into kind of a spreadable.
Uh-huh.
I grilled the brioche bun, put that on, put the avocado spread, put pickles on it, grilled chicken, grilled bacon, put the chicken over the bacon, melted cheese over that on the grill, put it up, put open-faced sandwiches, and she's like, that just looks like restaurant style. I was like, it took 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
It's legit not complicated. But her experience doesn't think about, I could just put these simple ingredients together and it's a meal.
Yeah, I know for Cammie, she can do big flavor sometimes.
Yeah.
But she's not a bland piece of chicken. She's like, that's fine. That's great. That was good. And I'm like, no, that was a horrible dinner.
Can Cammie eat cheese?
She can, yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot. Her and Asher are very, and not intolerant, but just they don't like the flavor of it, the texture. It's a texture thing, particularly for Cammie.
Cammie, I'm going to live on the podcast give you a shout out here. And just a quick tip. Next time you make that pasta, two easy things. Two easy things that are going to turn it completely around for Patrick, not for you. But they're also things that Patrick can put on the dish himself. So make what you made, plate it, and then take a generous helping of black pepper the whole thing, and then the Parmesan cheese, the shakeable Parmesan cheese, they now make a Parmesan Romano blend.
Yeah.
It's got a red label on the top.
Yep.
Get the Parmesan Romano blend, sprinkle that on top. It completely transforms the dish, and Patrick won't say these mean things.
I'm not saying mean things.
My wife bleached my shirt. I will say mean things about wives.
I had a sweater right after we got married. I had a sweater that I loved that I'd gotten, and my wife we had an agreement before we got married that like, if you do the laundry, I will do all the dishes and all for all of eternity. Mm-hmm. And that's softened a lot over time.
Yeah.
But I love the sweater, and right after we got married, like she shrunk it like 2 sizes, mm-hmm. and like so now like anything that could potentially be shrunk, she air dries because she.
And you know what, Cammie, good on you. Because as we speak, as we record, there is a load of shrunken Goodwill donations in the back of my car that I'm dropping off later today because there's another wife connected to this podcast who doesn't understand that.
It's like
this shirt was awesome. This shirt feels great now.
I like tight shirts.
Hang dry, man. It's okay. Dry. It's not hard.
I don't knock Cammie because she's trying, and so I appreciate it, and I appreciate the effort, and I will eat it. I just eat less of it, which is not a bad thing for me and my lifestyle anyway.
Yeah. But I get that. Like, so I found a flannel that I really like. Mm. So my problem is like dress shirts and everything. I have to get the tall. But unfortunately I'm not corpulent enough for the blousey.
Yes.
But I'm not svelte enough for the athletic cut. I'm just like my cut.
Yeah.
And I found this flannel. You guys have seen it if you're on the YouTubes. I've worn it on here. And it's just like a blue buffalo plaid. Yep. But it hits exactly right on the wrist. Yeah. Like it's perfect. I will not let her wash it. It is the most. It's the most.
This is a sacred garment.
I am not a controlling person. Yeah. It is the thing I am most controlling of, more than my finances, more than my investments. It's that shirt because I'm like, it's the perfect flannel.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this. Like, I don't care what I wear. Like, the simpler the better. And so when I find something that works, I'm like, oh, I'll buy 10 of them because then like it's good. I'm good to go.
Yeah, but for me, it's like. I just want it to fit right. Like, I want to be comfortable in it and it fit right. Yeah. And not, like, I have these dress shirts where, oh, cool. Right. Yeah. Wow. So I guess I'm a 36, 37 now, not a 34, 35. Yeah. Thanks a lot, tacos and chicken wings.
So I appreciate Cammie's effort because she wants to, but she does put herself out there, and so I try not to be critical or criticize that, which is something
She tries hard on our podcast.
She tries really hard.
She's learning.
Yeah.
She's learning.
And it's funny, like people are like, you're so mean to Cammie. She's the nicest. She is. She's absolutely the nicest.
In my head, you just went live with her.
It's that too of like, well. But she's dead inside, and we've talked about it before.
It's so funny. And maybe this is a my thing. I'm not going to project this on you, but if it fits you, pipe in. I'm not used to traps, and my wife very, very seldom sets a trap for me. But there are times when it'll happen. So, like not too long ago, I got invited to some friend's house for dinner, knowing she wasn't going to go.
Right.
I was like. I'd still like to go. Like, I like chicken enchiladas. This sounds like it's going to be a good time. So, no. Go have fun. Go have fun. Okay. I come home at like 8 o'clock. Not unreasonable. Like, the dinner went a little late. Like, dinner didn't come to the table till like 7:30.
Sure.
So, I left quickly after dinner. I came home. Did you get drunk? On enchiladas? No, like, have you been drinking? Yeah, I had a couple beers while I was there. Yeah. And that's not an uncommon thing.
Right, yeah.
And, okay. I was like, what is this weird hostility? And it's like, well, it's probably too late to watch anything on TV. And I'm like, whoa. You told me to go. You told me to go and have fun. Right. What did I do wrong? Nothing. It's fine. And I'm like, what? Oh, my gosh, I can never leave the house again. Never leave the house again. And then I just went and got the flannel shirt she bleached, and I was like, checkmate. And all was forgiven. So, and then I
it wasn't forgiven, and all like that stabilized everything.
No, I did not get the flannel.
No, because that doesn't work that way.
No. That was a joke. That was a BJ. That was a big joke.
BJ. Can't say BJ.
Yeah, you can't say big joke.
No, you can't. You can't use.
That was an MJ. That was a medium joke. That was an MJ. It is hot in here. Wow, you're right.
No, yeah, that's. I always tell Cammie, like, I'm like, ask me, what do you really ask? Like, she'll do this. I think it's I don't want to stereotype, but I think it's a female thing where she asks me these kind of broad questions. I'm like, what are you asking me?
Yeah.
Like, ask me the direct question. Don't
Yeah.
beat around the bush. Don't ask me the other thing. Like Darlene could have been like, do you have the energy for a showdown? Because that's obviously what she was looking for. Like, she's like, I want to spend some time with you around a TV show.
Yeah, and that's our thing at night.
Right.
Like, we tuck into the couch and we watch whatever.
Yeah.
So
she should have came home and be like,
you got the energy for this?
You got home a little later. I'd love to watch a show with you. Do you have the energy for that? And it's like, if you would have come to me with that, I'd have been like,
I would have loved that.
I will gladly watch a show with you because now you just expressed what you really wanted.
Yeah.
As opposed to this passive aggressive, beat around the bush. I'm gonna try and see if I can, which I think it's the way that females interact in their communal crotch sniffing scenario.
Well, that's a different genre of female. But I no, you're absolutely right, because I was a little resentful that I was like, but I'm not drunk. Now, if you think I'm drunk, I should have just gotten drunk.
Right,
Well,
I should have.
I
that was the
intentionally
expectation.
saved energy to come home and spend time with you, and like I left early. I mean, I could have still been over there till 10 o'clock, but anyways.
Yeah,
they're delightful. Wives, get one.
Get 2 or 3.
Yeah. Apparently, Patrick wants an Indian and a Taiwanese one. Right?
Well, they don't take a lot of space.
Oh, wow. Well, we offended little people again somehow. Somehow we've offended little people again. Holy cow. But I do enjoy cooking. I think cooking is great.
So we're on natural things that we're good at. Heather S., thank you for the question.
Heather S., all the way back. Thank you.
40 minutes to get there.
Yeah, but we both really enjoy cooking. Back to that point, I would biscuit and gravy you off anytime. That came out so gross! Oh my gosh! I would biscuit and gravy you off. I would have a biscuits and gravy cooking competition. But we should get other people to join. We should get 5 or 6 people.
I don't even need a competition. I just need a reason to eat biscuits and gravy.
I know.
It is my test for restaurants.
Do you do anything specific or special to yours?
Nothing. It is so basic. It is country grandma basic.
Yeah.
Like flour, butter, sausage, milk.
Yep.
Water, biscuits.
Yep.
That's it. Like, it is my brother-in-law, who is a trained brother-in-law,
Kevin.
Kevin. Hey, Kev. Trained chef. He does not. He makes a roux and then goes from there. And I'm like, I'm not making a roux. Like,
nope.
That's not how Grandma did it.
No.
But he makes a great biscuits and gravy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
It is creamier. It's got a little bit more depth to it, but I'm like, oh, but you're not serving that in the restaurant.
Would you biscuit and gravy them off?
We did 1 year for Thanksgiving. We're like, okay, like we're doing a Kevin and Patrick biscuit and gravy, and he, like, I remember him sitting at the stovetop and being like, okay, how am I approaching this? Like, he saw what I was doing, and he's like, I can't go his path.
Yeah.
And so he chose that week was the only time I tried his fresh biscuits and gravy. Like, he went with the roux, and he did. He went. I was like, you made a much more creamier, richer.
Yeah. Like,
mine was flour based, and you can taste that. Like, you can taste that come through. But I wasn't disappointed. Mine was still dang good.
I love it.
Dang good.
I love it.
And cheap. Like, it's so cheap.
It is. It's super cheap. I do 2 secret things I'm not going to tell you about until you taste it as the biscuit gravy off.
Next, is it next podcast day? Are we going to start with some biscuits and gravy? And hot chicken and all this? Like, man.
We should definitely eat something before we drink this much in the mornings.
Or pouring this garbage down our throat.
I think
worst drink ever. Worst drink ever. And we're 44 minutes, so we got to start cleaning up.
No, that mud thing we did that one time was grosser.
No, this was horrible.
I will say next time we do dinner, not podcasting, we actually have dinner.
Okay.
Just come to my house.
Just make it. Okay.
No. Come to my house and I'll make you hot chicken heart attack.
All right. Done. Who'd we offend?
Danielle, when you said I thought she was hot. That was weird.
And Sam.
Well, yeah.
Sam, he's not coming after Danielle.
Sam, I'm still sorry, buddy.
Danielle's family is from St. Louis, despite what Ben thinks or doesn't think.
I'm going to fact check that later today. I hope he knows later today. So
I offended my mother-in-law for not domesticating her daughter. How dare you?
I offended my wife for the whole bleach shrimp situation.
Cammy, dinner was, I ate it. I actually ate 2 helpings of it.
Pepper and Romano, Cammy. Pepper and Romano.
And just a little bit of some garlic, some flavor. Like you're getting there. I know you're getting there. You're trying some different things. It's
You know what? I'll
space
be
for you,
honest.
but we'll get there.
As someone who co-hosts a podcast with her, she tries. She tries real hard.
She does.
She may not always hit the mark, but doggone it, she tries
A for effort.
hard.
A for effort.
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
That I unintentionally, weirdly said I biscuit and graded you off, or whatever that was.
And that you threw BJ out there as an acronym.
Dude, it's a big joke.
No,
it's a big joke.
It's not.
It's just
not,
a BJ.
BJ does not stand for big joke.
Yeah, it does.
If you're like, hey, have you had a big BJ lately? People are not going to win the big joke.
Think about this, though.
Nope.
If the word big starts with B, the word joke starts with J, BJ is a big joke.
Nope.
And I even dialed it back to MJ for medium joke, which typically stands for something hallucinogenic, probably.
And we offended everyone, and we also learned, oh my gosh, we learned that the penicillin is
terrible cocktail.
Torture.
But again, seriously, if you are out there and you like Scotch,
if you drink this drink, shame on you. If you show up to a bar and you're like, give me a penicillin, you should just...
Please find a recipe for this on... Just go to liquor.com, look up the penicillin.
No, I'm going to put it in the notes. It'll be in the notes.
It is. It's already... I put the recipe in the notes.
Yeah.
So go to the show notes. Don't go to liquor.com where I went to put it in the
You can go to liquor.com too, I guess.
No, don't do that. Go to the show
Not
notes.
liquor. Liquor.com. Not LICKEHE. You're going to check that out later.
The spirit to get us out of here could not come at a sooner moment than right now.
When life serves you the nastiest.
It tasted like Band-Aids.
It was, yes, that's exactly it.
It tasted like Band-Aids with
when
pus
life
inside.
serves you the worst, step back, recognize it, acknowledge it. Don't ignore it. Don't push it to the side. Acknowledge it. And then move forward and make the most out of the situation that's there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Big Gravy.
Do that and you'll be...
Oh, Big Gravy. We talked about biscuits and gravy. And you apparently make a really good B&G. Biscuits, gravy, and offing, biscuits and gravy, cook-offs are common, biscuits and gravy, we're gonna do it.
I've thought about starting a restaurant called the Gravy Train, and everything is just served in a gravy of some sort. Like
I have thought about starting a restaurant called Simple, because you have all these gastropubs overdoing everything. Dude, just go back to normal stuff, man.
Keep it easy.
Go back to what Grandma used to cook.
So after the podcast hobby is over, we're gonna open a restaurant called BJ's.
Thank you for listening to a Sinner and Saint podcast. Tell your friends, leave us a review. It's much appreciated. We thank you guys for coming back week after week. We'll see you next week for episode 39.
See ya.